Greetings, Masandawana, and Nani Mapagani, and all football lovers. Welcome to the Yellow Corner. For those who are watching for the first time, the Yellow Corner is a YouTube channel for Mamelodi Sundowns supporters where we preview all Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club matches. And this time we bring you the preview of the big one, the second leg semi-final as the defending champions, Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club from Pretoria, take on Orlando Pirates from Soweto in Polokwane, supposedly Sundowns' home. Raps, how are you? No, I'm good, man. We ended the second game block with a win on a high note, number one, so I'm happy, man. Let's not dwell on the past. Let's not talk about... Wait, actually, no. Before we get on start with the preview, I have a small rant that I need to get a few things out of my chest. Why are you laughing? I have a serious issue with Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club. Maybe the communications department, but knowing how things are done at Sundowns, the problem might not even be with the communications department. It might be with the hierarchy at Sundowns. Sundowns is doing a lot of things correct off the field. The idea, the kid is corner at the games is a brilliant idea. 20 years from now, we will be the most supported team in South Africa. The issue that I have with Sundowns is the communication. The way communication, it's like it's classified information. There's something so basic that we as supporters of this club who follow this club need to know. And I'm not talking about this just because I'm a content creator for Sundowns supporters that I think I deserve to know everything. No, I think as Sundowns supporters, there's communication, basic communication that we need to know. Everyone knows why I support Liverpool, and I'm not even gonna put Sundowns Liverpool on the same level. But Rapelang, who Liverpool, a player gets injured at night. The following morning, they will tell you or no, there will be a scan on Monday or whichever day. There will be a scan and they will inform the supporters. For Sundowns, we don't know whether players are injured. I mean, a perfect example at Liverpool, there was a time where Alisson's dad went missing and he unfortunately was found deceased after a while. And the club communicated or there's a crisis of some sort, but there was a statement from the club. I'm not saying we need to know everything or no player high squatting because he came to training drunk or what. But last time Rukwak and Toka Nasir, they said Nasir has flu. That's what we know. That's the last communication that they sent us. So they need to tell us, man, communicate basic information. Injury we follow football, we have a bit of an understanding here. Injury is so even if they don't tell us the duration he'll be out for, So I do not understand why Baratima information as if information requires us something in Tokayona. Tell us, we Sundowns is nothing without us. That's the basic honest truth. They can say whatever they like. Sundowns, yes, they will pay the players and get the best players in the world, but those players won't perform without supporters, the Sundowns. So they need to meet us halfway and give us information. But we'll look at my information as if I get it again. I've wasted flipping 4 minutes renting over something that thing, man. Like, no, man. Let's get on the preview. So we playing Pirates second leg. We played 0-0 in Orlando. The result here, Orlando is Sutaboma.
I think it doesn't suit any team because of both teams have to score in order to win. Pirates need a goal and maybe to keep a clean sheet, as well as Mamelodi Sundowns. I think if the first leg had maybe goals in 2-2, I think it will suit Mamelodi Sundowns because of they would come into the second leg, but even if they keep a clean sheet, they go to the next stage. And Orlando Pirates, if they won at home, le bona ne tlo ba suited because of coming to the second leg, they just keep a clean sheet and progress. I think the team that has an advantage in the MTN8 finals, semifinals, I think it is Amazulu in this case because of even if they don't score, but if they keep a clean sheet, they go to the next stage. So in this fixture, Sandals and Pirates, I don't think both of this team has an advantage. I think the advantage will be when either team scores its first goal.
I disagree with you. I think this that result suits Pirates. They score, we need to score two. They score two, we need to score three. They score three, we need to score four. So I think,
And that
yeah.
as scoreline ile nil-nil at aggregate. So far, it doesn't suit any team. It will suit Orlando Pirates once they score the first goal.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But it's 10 minutes to go. The score is still nil-nil. I'm telling you, there'll be jitters from the team wearing yellow because they know one goal, yeah, party failure. Raps, Pirates played over the on Tuesday against Golden Arrows. They won. Their performance was convincing. Uh, what do you think this does for them going into this match? Yeah, semi-final.
I think against Golden Arrows, we saw a slightly different Orlando Pirates that played to win instead of trying to be too safe. I think they were more adventurous. They added a couple of players going forward, and I saw Ndlondlo getting closer to the final third and combining with the likes of Saleng, uh, 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 Erasmus, and taking shots outside the box. So I think they come into the second leg wanting to repeat what they did against Golden Arrows, and also the 2-0 victory against Golden Arrows will be a confident booster because of they played a lot of games without a victory. So they come into this game knowing that they still need to work hard like they did against Golden Arrows.
Yeah, no, I think they couldn't have a better result on Wednesday going into a big game like this. It wasn't just the result only that was convincing, so was their performance. They looked really, really brilliant going forward, Pirates on Tuesday, man. And I think they will take a lot from this. To be honest, they should have been out of sight first half in that game, and they should have buried Golden Arrows first half, But yeah, this will be a huge moral booster for them. Let's talk about Pirates' approach and what we expect from them Saturday. I will start first. Gaming Golden Arrows for majority of the games that we've won in Pirates since the beginning of the season, they've been playing double pivot, ne? But in this game, they played a single pivot, and they had more players offensively. They had team as a six, and then they had 2 8s in Kabelo, Lindlondlo. So I think that's why they created so many chances in that match. But for every positive, sometimes the negative. Because if you look at single pivot, it now means team is stretched a lot because he has to cover both sides of the field, his right and his left. Whereas Habadalaka, a double pivot, he's able to help someone help him juggle the whole A. So yeah, it has the pros and cons, but or it made the really look good playing a single pivot. Was it Tuesday? Yeah,
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. And then how about like a double pivot, ne? Which has helped them not concede a lot of goals. They play it's different how other teams play it because Habanalaga double pivot team focuses more on left side, ne? And his movement most of the time is vertically, ne? And then you have Musele who plays Kamo writing, his movement is horizontal, ne? He is more like a right-sided eight most of the time. Musele. So they overload the side lele la ka writing lele wabo with Musele as well as the right full back and then as well as the right forward wabo. So I think double pivot, they like I said, they won't consider a lot because of it offers them more protection. And then you have Saling, who yeah, he's been good, but on Tuesday I think he was brilliant against Golden Arrows. He offers them a lot on the right hand side. He's very quick. He's dynamic. He's good on take-ons. He cuts inside, and in the first half of game, 45% of Pirates' attacks came from the right hand side, which is his side. Ne? Sundowns has Mudiba inverting. If Mudiba inverts, Pirates is gonna punish us in that side. That's how I see it. That's how Natabiso Motloung said. If Mudiba inverts a lot, then that boy is gonna have so much room. Kamole kantong ka writing kamole and Pirates they use wide channels to attack. Yes, they'll have the now and then attacks through the middle, but most of the attacks come from the wide channels. Ne? And then they have a situation up front. Yeah, Kemi Delele Pasane, who offer two different things. Kemi offers a goal threat. He in terms of assist and scoring goals, he looks like he will score, like Harley Mole, And I think that he brings fear to the defender because they know one mistake, Kemi will hook up something. And then Zakes offers them off the ball, he offers them more than Kemet does because he defends from the top. And something tells me, Hore, they will start Le Zakele, try or defender from the top, and then run into Sundowns center backs to the channel, or positioning Zabona. And then maybe when he's tired them back in a Kermit like they did Kantoka first leg. I think the approach in this game will be not to give us anything. Maybe take the game to the second half and say nil goal. I think their attacks will be sporadic, they'll try to keep shape, and which is something that their coach has been brilliant with, play on the break and things like that. That's how I think Pirates will approach this game. Winner?
I think obviously they need goals in order to win, and I'm expecting them to be a little be more adventurous and try to have a lot of players closer to each other on the final third. But I think the 3-5-2, I think so far. And one thing that I want to highlight is that when you are playing that formation, you have less players on the final third. You only have the wing backs, and you only have the front three.
Sorry, Rapelang, I need to interject. How 3-5-2? Are you talking about the formation they played when? Because most of the time, Pirates is 3-4-3.
Usually they play Team and Musel.
Yeah.
Then Mdlondlo will play slightly
In
in
front.
front of them.
Okay. I get you.
So, uh, like I was saying, when they are playing 3-5-2, they have wing backs who are likely to get to the final third. They have the two forwards who mostly like to get to the final third, and as well as Ndlondlo. So the two guys in the middle field, they are not adventurous, and I think it hinders them to create a lot of chances because of the amount of players they have on the final third. Unlike Mamelodi Sundowns that plays 4-3-3, whereby the full backs Ndau and Ndiba will get to the final third. Our two number 8 against Marumo Gallants, we saw them inside the box of the opponent. Mkwena giving an assist to
Bless.
Blessa, and the front three that was playing, which is Alende Serino and Zwane. So 3-5-2, we have less players on the final third. 4-3-3, we have a couple of lot players on the final third. So that is why Pirates is a good goal. And I want to come to this issue, Kemet Erasmus playing as a vocal point. I think Kemet Erasmus, he is good when he plays as a second striker. You look at his history from the previous teams. Go Super Sporting when he was still young. I think he was playing as a second striker, and Solomon, he was playing as a.
What happened to your light? Yeah, continue. Yeah.
And Solomon's, I think he was playing as a number 9. Go Sundowns, he excelled and played better when he was playing next to Shalulile Lena as a second striker. Even at Orlando Pirates, before he moved to France, he was a second striker to Gabuza or sometimes to Majuro. So I think him playing as a vocal point, I think it is a disadvantage to them, and I don't think he will score a lot of goals. And off the ball, he's a guy who will not offer you something that you have highlighted or Lepasa offers in terms of trying to win the ball high up in the pitch. And also Nda, I think Nda, this formation, yeah, 3 at the back, I think yeah, he's not used to that formation because of he sometimes is forced to cover, which means he has to be the right back instead of being the right center back when Shandu or Tabiso goes forward. So sometimes you find him about 1v1. You look at the game against Amazon. I think Amazon first half should have scored about 2 or 3 goals from that possession.
Someone said, Nda, usajola mo South Africa. That's why asadlala so. I can't remember who tweeted that. But yeah, I'll tell you why Amazul exposed his side. They had a brilliant plan and it worked. Yeah, there's something that you said and I wanted to go back to it, and it slipped my mind. Let's talk about Sundowns Raps. Ne? Hey, Coach Gulani, Orishalulile, Marcel, problem. And at the end, he hints or he might play. I don't think he will play. I think he was just with that bit at the end of the press conference. He was just planting a seed of doubt in Ntoya Pirates. Yeah. How huge a miss will Shalule be gaming here if he doesn't play?
I think it will be a huge miss. We played well without him against Marumo Gallants, but you look at the previous games that we played against Orlando Pirates. He was always in the score sheet. So I think we will miss him, but I think we'll try and cope without him because of we have the quality. And Zwane Haile up front, as much as he doesn't have the pace that Shalulile has, but he has the intelligence, he has the good movement and the skill to try and cause a danger to the defense of the opponents.
Mm-hmm. I think it will be a huge miss. More so when I think of how if I was the coach here, Sundowns, would approach this game, the way out, attack Pirates. Well, let's talk about the pros and cons of playing without an out and out striker, a focal point of attack, a proper number nine. And playing Kantoka basically the 10-3 who just alternate more. I think when I look at the pros, Corey, they cause confusion more the center backing, the King fullbacks because now they don't know how to mark them because they keep on moving. It causes confusion. As the defender, they like playing, especially the center back, they like seeing Motu Amo Makileng Alekapela high. As long as I see you, I'm good with that. So one moment you umole regular out of position and they don't like that the center back. I think that's what when you look at the pros and then the cons are playing Kantoka without an out and out striker. Or as much as they are goal scorers, the number 10 is but they don't have a striker's instinct. A striker can smell a goal. Like can stay there more and know that guy, So yeah, that striker's instinct, man. Yes, our forwards are very good, they'll score, but not having a striker's instinct and they won't stretch the defender, the center back, the way a number nine will stretch. The nine will know I need to take this guy where to exploit frailties. I don't know if there's anything you want to add on that.
I think playing without a number 9, I think will give us a lot of mobility up front, and our players will be able to interchange with the positions. And I think the disadvantage, it will be, like you have said, the striker's instinct. There's a position, I think there's an instance against Marumo Gallants. I think it was a cross from Modau. He played it between the goalkeeper and the defense. And the reaction from our guys, it was very slow and late. And when you have a Shalulile in those positions, he can smell a goal. And playing with a number 9 like Shalulile, he can be man-marked easily. But playing without a number 9, it is difficult for the center backs of the opposition to man-mark our front three because of the mobility and the interchange of positions.
Sure. By the sound of things, when are you going with a false 9? Don't you think Gift deserves a chance and he has a point to prove? Because I think Gift, we might have played La Pirates last week, La Paz last week, but he took his chance. He scored 2 brilliant goals, man. And I feel like he would think it's my responsibility to take the team to the final. If I score goals that takes us to the final, I'm back in the high in the pecking order at the club. Don't you think it's worth He's worth a start?
I think he worths to be in the match day squad, but a start, I don't want to risk that. As much as he played well against the past, but you look at the intensity and the magnitude of the game ya pass, and you compare it with the intensity game in Saturday, I think they differ. So now I'd love to bring him as a sub, maybe in the second half.
Maybe if you bring him as a sub, we already trailing, and he's now under pressure to produce. And yeah,
but if how Kalakaena, he's was sokola and he slows us down and movement ya hae be sharp. So I rather ke mkenye ha defense ya Pirates say maybe he can get something out of them.
Okay, how do you think Sundowns will approach this?
I think we will be more adventurous. I think the coach spoke about trying to win each and every game. So I think the approach will be positive and they will try to get a goal maybe as early as possible. Try to get a goal in the first half and be in control of the game and dictate the tempo of the game. And also, I think as much as in the first leg, we had 0 shot on target, but I think the team will try to get in those positions in the final third, and hopefully something will come from us getting into the final third. And you look at the first leg, as much as we had 0 shot on target, but the movement that we made into the final third, I think it was good. The only thing that let us down, it was that final ball. So we have to rectify the final ball going into the second leg. And like we have said that Orlando Pirates play a 3-5-2. You look at the spaces between the right center back with the left wing back. There is a huge space in the zone 13 and 16 on the left, and you'd want to capitalize and utilize that space or force that to move slightly on the right to provide cover and open a gap in his position and hopefully get something out of that position. And there's another thing that a weakness when Pirates played Cocoon. The first goal that Cocoon has scored, as much as Pirates they were 1 man down, Sukune, they were very patient with their build-up. They shifted Orlando Pirates. They were not in a rush to play the final ball until it was necessary. So I think Mamelodi Sundowns coming into this game, I think we should be patient in some moments, try to shift the lines of Orlando Pirates. And once we find or identify that small gap and strike and get something from that. And you always speak about overloading to isolate. I think it is in this game. I think it might come in handy because if you look at the first leg, there are moments where we overloaded our left side and we shifted the ball into the right side by playing a diagonal ball. And Mudau got his 2 chances where he should have gave us something. So I think in this game we'll try to duplicate that as well. And against Marumo Gallant, I saw us having good and progressive passing angles in the middle field. There were times more Marumo Gallants tried to apply pressure in the middle field, and we managed to bypass that pressure. And we looked dangerous when we had their defensive and their middle field defending facing their own goals.
And also, are you done?
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah, no. Kana Sotho se reng o buile nko o tswa le mina ne.
Ai.
Se re
O ka mpa re ke nepile kgomo le nakeng.
Yeah, and I think the message will be clear. Get an early goal so that even if we concede, there's still ample time to get another one. So go with them, try and get a goal as early as possible. In the first leg, in the first half, Shika was brilliant. Shika was gliding, man. He was, yeah, una ke ntse ke ntho tse le tsa ice what una tsamaya ka tsona Shika, because he gave them problems by dropping into the zone 9 and 12, and then Tim would follow him. As Tim follows him, Tim would open space behind him. But because Shika had no one to big play with, he missed Gaston in that first half. So I think in this game, Gaston is going to come in handy. When Shika progresses ka bolo, really half he will come close to him and try who to cook something. Gaming ya Amazulu hapelang ne. And Toby William can dane. Amazulu were very smart. Also in the first half, ne. One of the strikers, Tabona, would drop. Ne? As he drops to the middle field, they play a wall pass to him, and then he would return it to middle field, and then someone would make a third man run using spaces as ceiling Pirates. So, and then Amazulu, especially Rama in the first half, he played a lot of long balls, turning the 10 defensive Pirates to face their goals. So that third man run type of pass, it's a pass that we played a lot unnecessarily so against Le Pass. And like Coach Manoba, I alluded the press into it, felt like it was forced. I actually think in this game, it might help us if we use it but for it to work, it needs a number 9. We can't use it into so if we play guy 9, I think we should use what Amazulu used against Pirates in the first half. Ne? Mvala was brilliant on Wednesday. Mvala was brilliant on Wednesday. Mvala had a magnificent game. Ne? But this is, and I don't even know how to put this. The thing, okay, let me put it simply. Ne? When we build up with Mvala, ne? Mvala forms a triangle, lady 2 center backs, and you know what he does. Ne? He gets Waipata more. I want to know Roscoe Peterson. Mvala doesn't scan, doesn't, and this is no attack on him. That's not his style. That's not his style. I can't force him to do that. Because AJ can do certain things, a lot of things that Mvala does. So I can't use that, and I'm not using that against him. Whereas with AJ splits the center back. There's 2 center backs, and then he's played a pass, and then we progress, or he plays a progressive pass. I feel like if we play Mvala, they're going to set traps on him. I feel like they'll say, you know what, Zovala, the 2 center backs and the other channels will give Mvala a free space centrally, and then if they play the ball to him, we press him as quick as possible and intercept the ball, and we have a clear run and goal. So yeah, that's my only thing. And this is not.
I think,
yeah.
In that case, if it happens, we playing Vala in the middle field. I think when our center backs have the ball, I think Vala should try and push closer to them. I think I'm beat ball, and obviously a Gabelo Dlamini or Ndlondlo will follow him, and he will leave a space at the back. So I think Mvala Kimaga Tusang thing. I collect the ball from our center backs. I throw one of the midfielders to Orlando Pirates, Dim Salem Rao, and leave a smaller and a space behind. I think Kimaga Tusang thing.
Yeah, because remember what Coach Gulani always says, the runs that you make, it's not necessarily running how only one, it's a space. I think, we attack a lot like a right because into inverts, but there's no end product, if we be honest, coming from I want to talk about this, but it's not. We left with less than 4 minutes. Maybe attack on the left, because on final ball, Mudiba is better than final ball and Yamval. And then if Mudiba inverts, like I said, Mfanole Saling is going to capitalize on spaces. Rabs, we need to get into lineups, but one final thing, Coach Mangoba, over Pony. They played well, but Babe offensive. How about Judah? If they are offensive against us, on like they were, something. If they fall for that, we're going to punish them. Quickly, give me your starting lineup.
I think Williams will start. Dow, Grant, De Rook, and Mutiba as my back four, and I'd have Andile Jali as my number 6. Blesser, Mokoena, 2-8. And up front, if Shalule is not available, I'll have Temba, Morena, Nesserin.
Yes, as you've just thrown a grenade, man. I didn't think about Morena. And what I said, the third man running to it suits Morena, eh? Because I have the same lineup as you, ne? But I was gonna start into Kimang gift.
Alenda.
No, no, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm playing it out and Ish, Mvana, I wanna know. Maybe, and yeah.
Choose a state lineup, Saga.
Yeah, no, because Morena, and that pitch is big. Morena can make the run man, hey, that I was talking about, and he can pull the into out of position, the center back stubborn. And we're almost out of time. Score prediction.
I think we'll win 2-1.
Oh, I also think we'll win 2-1, actually. I also think we will win 2-1. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we win on Saturday and we progress to yet another cup final. Because when we get to cup finals, we don't just play them, we win them. You will see us next week. I'm not sure if Raps will join me for this one next week, Tuesday for the preview. We are a game, yeah, Maritzburg. You wanna say something, Gaspit?
Huh?
Okay, yeah.
What's that?
1 minute, less than 1 minute.
Anyane.
Boo.
You highlighted Tabayao Salen might cause danger to us when Mudiba inverts. I heard him, Hana Winamid of the match, the coach told him to invert and play closer to Kemet. So most of the time, he will be closer to Kemet. That means he will be central. I think the guy who might utilize that space someday, it is Tabiso Munyane. But he has to travel a long distance to get to that space.
Great point. Yeah, Masandawana, those who haven't booked accommodation and flights in Devon, do so. And I am gonna hit Berry and quickly join the entry and be off to Devon to watch my team play a cup final. Sharp, Masandawana, show them.
Sharp.